Yeah, hi Vijay.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Good, sir.
Good. Excellent. How is school today?
School was fine.
Okay, did they tell you like when you guys have to start attending the physical school?
No, sir, they are good.
They haven't told, okay. And what about practicals?
This year we don't have practical.
Oh, they told you that we don't
Yeah.
give. Oh, okay.
We'll take the average of all our exams and take it as a practical.
Mm-hmm. And when will be your final exam? Feb.
Uh, yeah, Feb 15th it starts.
Feb 15th, okay, okay. Because I guess, yeah, once they finish the Feb exam and March onwards, they will start your 12th grade, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then maybe 1 week, 1 month or so, I guess the vacation will be there and then they will continue.
Yeah.
Correct. Good. Okay, so where were we, Joy, for you? Which one we were doing?
Boolean logic, sir.
Boolean, okay. Yeah, we are supposed to start with basic logic gates, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start now. Logic gates now. See, basically logic gates is based on your Boolean logic only, you know. So
Okay.
Boolean logic is there in the telephone switching circuits. Engineers realized that the Boolean algebra could be applied in computer electronics as well. So what is the switching circuit? Switching circuit is nothing but the on and off mechanism is called the switching mechanism, switching circuits. So that is based on the Boolean algebra. Boolean logic also is same as 1 0. When the 1 means circuit is connected, 0 means circuit is open. Got it?
Okay.
So these Boolean operations are performed by the logic gates. So now we understood what is called the AND gate. We understood what is called AND operations, and we understood what is OR operation, and when we understood what is the NOT operations. So any device which does this kind of operation is called the logic gates. They are called the gates. Got it? Gate is a basic electronic circuit which operates on one or more signals to produce the output signal. So what does it mean here? So gate is a basic electronic circuit which operates on one or more signals. So whatever the inputs you give, 1 0, that is just called signals. And what will be the output? Output is again the 1 0. So the device which works as the AND gate and which does the function of AND operation, which does the function of OR operation, and which does the function of NOT operations, they are termed corresponding gates. Clear? So
Yes, sir.
yeah. So the gate is a basic electronic circuit which operates on one or more signals to produce the output signal. Okay. So let's understand what is called the NOT gate now. We need to understand is the only thing is this one. Right? Draw the figure 3.4.
Okay.
We need to know the symbols for the NOT gates. We need to know the symbol of OR gates, and we need to know the symbol of AND gate. All symbols are important because the truth table you already know. So truth table is not required for you right now, because so you drawn the figure now.
Yes, I do.
Now look at this part. We are giving the variable x. X is the input signal, and NOT gate is represented as the triangle and then circle on the top, and then you have a line which says the x bar. X bar means it's a NOT of x is called the represented as x bar. X is passing there and it is represented x bar, so it becomes the NOT of x. Okay, so x can be anything. It can be 1 0. So x is 1, then output will be 0. If x is 0, output will be 1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is just a representation purpose. So let's quickly go to the OR part representation. Can you draw the figure 3.5 A part now?
Yes, sir.
So A part, this is the symbol of the OR gate. What's the symbol of OR gate? So basically, it's like a curve
Yeah.
and again another curve and then another. So it looks like a,
Go that.
yeah, curved triangles. So that is called the OR gate. And here you have two signals, that is A and B. A and B can take the 0, 0, 0, 1, all the four combinations. Okay. So does the OR gate can have only two signals? No, you can have three signals also. You can have four signals also. But you know that OR gate will be always true when any of the data is 1, right? So
Yeah.
write down for the B and C part also. So here we need to understand, here in the B part we have 3 inputs and C part we have 4 inputs for the OR gate.
Okay.
And what will be the output of B and C? Because we need to define the truth table. We know the OR gate will produce true only when any of the data is true, and false when all the 3 has to be false. If any of the inputs A, B, C is true, then output will be true. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Excellent. Let's go to the AND gate now.
Okay.
Okay, so let's draw the figure for AND gate now. Yeah, draw the figure 3.6 A part now.
Yes, sir. Okay, done.
Yeah, good. So this is the AND operation gate. So AND operation, you remember that AND is only true when both the inputs are true. If any of the input is false, then output is false. Remember that?
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yes,
So
sir.
here we have 2 inputs, you can have 3 inputs, and you can have similarly you can have 4 inputs. So AND is represented by the dot. Okay, dot or multiplication sign. So F is equal to X dot Y dot Z. That's called the AND. So basically X AND with Y and with Z. Got it?
Sir.
Okay. From the expression given below, identify the logic gates that can implement such expressions. Good. Now X, Y, Z. All these multiplied. Got it? So X, Y, Z,
Yeah.
if we all multiply, that means it's an AND gate. And if it is Y bar Z, Y bar how will you get? Y bar is through the NOT gate. And after that you need to do AND with Z. Then only you will get Y bar Z. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Excellent. And what about X bar plus Y bar? X bar plus Y, sorry. See, in order to get X bar, you have to do the NOT operation. So NOT of X. And plus Y. Plus means OR. You have to use the OR gate. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir. Clear.
Whenever the plus sign comes, it means the OR gate. Okay. Whenever the multiplication sign, that means it's AND gate. Clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Let's go to the next part now. Basic postulates of Boolean algebra logic. First, let's try to understand this part now. First one. If x is not equal to 0, then x is equal to 1. And if x is not equal to 1, then x is equal to 0. This is first logic. Straightforward logic because there are only 2 logics are there.
Okay.
Because only 2 signal can be positive, either 1 or 0. If x is not equal to 0, then it has to be 1. If x is not equal to 1, then it has to be 0. Correct?
Okay.
Next part. Next is logical operator, logical addition. What is logical addition? 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. 1 plus 0 is 0, 1. 0 plus 1 is also 1. And 1 plus 1 is also 1. So OR gate, OR relation. And what is AND relation? Logical multiplication. So it's not literally, the meaning is not that this part. But here 0 dot 0 is also 0 because 0 multiplies 0. 0 and 0. Right? Logically multiply when you do. So 0 and 1 will be 0. Because AND gate is only true when both the inputs are true. So 1 1 will be equal to 1. Understood?
Okay. Yes, sir. Clear.
Complement rule is simple because 0 will change to 1. 0 bar will change to 1 and 1 bar will change to 0. Complement means on the top you will get the bar. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir. Clear.
Now let's go to the principle of duality. Principle of duality. What is principle of duality means? This is very important principle used in Boolean logic. This states that starting with the Boolean relation, another Boolean relation can be divided by changing the each OR sign to an AND sign and changing the each AND sign to OR sign and replacing the 0 by 1 and 1 by 0. This is important. We'll understand this part. So basically what we are saying is, how can we change the OR gate in terms of AND gate? How can we change the AND gate in terms of OR gate? Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes, that we'll try to understand. Okay. How do we do that? Let's understand this part. Dual of original expression. The derived relation using the duality principle is called the dual of original expression, and the postulate 2 relates to a logical addition. Okay, this we have already done it. Logical, yeah, this we have already done this part. Nothing more in this part. Okay, so here some of the properties. From properties we'll go to the duality. Okay, Vijay. Properties of 0 and 1. So 3.7.1. Let's understand one by one. What is 0 plus x is equal to 0? 0 plus x is x. This is OR gate. Okay. So OR and x is a variable. X is a variable input. It can be 1 or it can be 0. The output is x. When you're ORing with 0, any variable when you're ORing with x, any variable, sorry, x with, when you're ORing with 0, what do you get? X only. Because x can be 0 or 1. Now look at this part.
Okay.
Can you see that truth table of 3.15?
Yeah.
So x can be 0 and 1. So when you do OR with 0, 0, the answer is 0. When you do OR with 0 and 1, answer is 1. So basically x is similar to R. X is exactly same as R. Got it? So output of 0
Yes,
plus
sir.
x is x only. Clear?
Okay.
So output
Yes, sir,
of
yeah.
output of x and R is same. So that's why output is x. Similarly, you have 0 plus similarly you have the 1 plus x is equal to 1. Now let's draw the truth table for 3.16. Draw the truth table for 3.16.
Okay, sir.
So x can take the value of 0, 1 and you have to do the OR operation. When you do the OR operation, because any input is 1, then output will be always 1 only, irrespective of what input you give.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Good. So this is called the tautology. X is equal to 1 is equal. X plus 1 is equal to 1 is also called the tautology. Next, AND operation. 0 dot x is always 0. This is a simple property. because anything when you AND with 0 will be always 0.
Okay.
Because AND operation both has to be 1, then only the output will be true. Correct?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Good. Similarly, this 0.x is called the fallacy. This is another term given to that. And 1.x will be equal to always x, because it depends on the x value. Because if you are AND with a 1, then x value determines what will be the output, because if x value is 0, the output will be 0. If x value is 1, the output will be 1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we'll go to the something called the idempotence law. What do you mean by idempotence law? Okay, idempotence law means same input. If we do the OR operation on same input, what will be the output? X plus x will give you the answer x only. Nothing to do in this part. We don't have to do that part. X dot x, again it is x only, because both OR operation and the AND operation will result in the same input. When you do OR, you will get the same, x only. No change.
Okay.
That's called the idempotence law. Because same input you are giving twice, no? 1 and 1 will be 1 only. 0 and 0 will be 0 only. So it depends on x only. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clear.
Next, go to the involution law. Involution law says that double complement of x. That means not of x twice. That will give the original value only. 2 times you do the not.
Sorry, sir?
2 times when you do the not operation. Draw the table 3.21.
Okay.
You'll automatically understand what's happening. Table 3.21. First column is x, value 0, 1.
The 2 lines on the top means it's happening twice. Like
Yes.
the complement is happening twice.
Complement is happening twice. How
Okay.
is the complement happening twice? Look at this first. First column x is 0 and 1. When you complement it, it becomes 1 and 0. Then again you complement it, it becomes 0 and 1. So you get back the same. Get back the original. Right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Excellent. This is also called a double inversion rule. Okay?
Okay.
Double inversion rule. Now let's go to the complementary law. What is complementary law? First is x dot x bar, x plus x bar is always 1. That means 2 inputs, one is not of a. So x is there and then not of x will be always 1, because if 1 is 0, other will be 1 only. If one other is 1, other will be 0. Then it has to be 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Similarly, x dot x bar will be always 0, because any value, because both will be opposite to each other. And this will be always 0 only when, 1 will be anytime will be 0, because if x is 1, then other x bar will be 0. If x is 0, other will be 1. So, AND operation will result in 0. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Excellent. Let's go to the commutative law. From here it's important. Commutative law is also very simple. From associative we'll go this part. Commutative law you write on x plus y will be same as y plus x, and x dot y will be same as y dot x. No need for the proof, because you already know this part. You have done many times this
Yes,
part.
sir.
Okay, let's go to the associative law. Associative law is from here we need to start, because associative law says is grouping. You can group first, second and third later, or first later and second and third first? Got it? So answer will be the same only. You can do the anything. You can, yeah. One thing we will try, and then we can do the other part. Okay. But let's try to understand this. You don't have to do it separately, but let's check the table 3.26. Check the table 3.26, Vijay. You see the x plus y plus z. So 3 inputs are there, x, y, z. So basically 8 inputs will be there. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. 2 power 3. So what you are doing? You are doing the OR operation on y plus z and x plus y. And here you are just proving LHS is equal to RHS. You did the x plus y. After that you did y plus z. And then you added the x plus, again you did the OR operation on x and y plus z. And you did the OR operation on x plus y and z. Both the output are same. Can you see that?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Both the column output is same. So anyway, you can do the grouping. So it follows the associative law. Correct, Vijay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. From distributive law, here it's important now. From this part, actual, we need to start. Because distributive law, x bracket, write down x bracket y plus z will be given as xy plus yz. So this we need proof. We'll use the truth table to do that. Okay. This is called the distributive property. X into y plus z will be equal to xy plus xz. So can you draw the truth table for this now? 3.27. Draw the table now.
Yes, sir.
And let's try to prove this part. First you write on all 3 inputs x, y, z. So 2 power 3, 8 inputs will be there. Then we'll do y plus z first, and we'll do the AND operation with x. Okay?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, let's try this part, because from here the distributive property starts for you. So remember to draw the each columns. Okay, so whatever is mentioned in the left hand side, if you mention y plus z, so you have to get the output of y plus z and then x bracket. So basically it's a AND operation. So y plus z AND operation with x. Similarly, x and y AND operation and x and z AND operation. Whatever the result you get, you have to do the OR operation.
Yes, sir.
Clear, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Try it out. Then I'll tell you how to solve this. This not all the time you will be solving using a truth table. We can apply the properties and solve it also. That we need to understand how to do that. Okay, that I'll tell you.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Done? Good.
Yeah.
You could prove that now? Fine. Now I want you to prove this part now. X plus y is the second part. Okay. Second proof is that x plus yz is equal to x plus y into x plus z. This we'll do without using the truth table. Okay.
Okay.
Now with the truth table you understood now. All the inputs you can do that. Now whatever the idempotent law and then the fallacy and double important law, commutative law, all these whatever you read this part, we'll try to apply this using the B part. Clear? Now take the RHS. X plus y into x plus z. So do the normal algebraic multiplication. How do you do that? Okay. Then I'll tell you. Multiply normally. How will you do that? X into x plus z plus y into x plus z. Got it? Then what answer you get? You should get xx plus xz plus xy plus yz. Did you get this part?
Yeah.
Okay, what is x and x? Just now we did for the, when you have the same input, AND operation or the OR operation, the output is same only. X and x dot x will be x only, correct?
Yeah.
So replace x dot x will be x. Replace x dot x will be x. Now, next, if you can see here, now here, can you see the combination of x now we want? Now look at this, Vijay. X and xy is there. Can you just group x and xy now?
Okay.
And group xz and yz. So x plus xy, we can take the x common then.
Yeah, that'll be x plus 1y.
What is 1 plus y? One operation with y will be always 1 only, because it doesn't matter any value of y you give. Output will be always 1 because one of the input is always 1. So 1 plus y can be replaced with 1, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now it becomes x plus x into 1 plus xz plus yz. Got it? And any
Okay.
one operation with x will be given answer is x because it totally depends on the x, right? That's again the property. Now you have the x into 1 is nothing but x only, so you got x plus xz plus yz. So again you can take x common.
Okay.
When you take x common, it will become 1 plus z. 1 plus z is always 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Then answer became x plus yz.
Okay. I get it. Yeah.
You understanding now?
Yes, understood.
Good. Excellent, Jeff. So we proved it using the properties, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So x plus yz was equal to x plus y into x plus z, right? Similarly, we'll try to do the absorption law. Some of the properties we can directly use it. We prove it using the truth table, but in the algebraic expression, you should know how to reuse this part. Okay, this becomes a formula for you, right?
Okay.
So just now we put x plus xy is equal to x. Just now you prove x we didn't take common. It will be x only.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X into x plus y is equal to x. This we need to prove. Okay, so here x into x plus y is equal to x. That we need to check how do we prove this part. Okay, let's try to prove that part. So can you prove using this multiplication method? B part. X into x will be x and xy. So then you just take the x common.
I don't get it, sir.
Okay. So take the LHS. Multiply x with use the distributive law. X into x plus x into y. Can you write the LHS like this? Can you write the LHS
Yeah.
like this? Good. So what is x dot x? X dot x is x only, no?
Yeah.
X and operation is x only. Then you can just take x common. 1 plus y is nothing but 1 only. Any AND operation with x with 1 is x only, correct?
Yeah.
Understood? Not understood?
Understood, sir.
Excellent. Now some other rules. So this is again the formula part. Okay, x into x plus y is always x. Another formula now. X plus x bar y is equal to x plus y. Let's solve this part also. Let's prove this part. Take the LHS now.
Okay.
X plus x bar y, correct? Okay, so here x can be represented as x dot 1 because it's the same, right?
Yeah.
We can write x as x dot 1. Why? There is a reason for it. Because we can take the x dot 1 plus x bar y.
Okay, get it now, sir.
You getting it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can I take the, yeah, can I take the 1 as 1 plus y here? Because we want to take the y common, so because 1 will be the same as 1 plus y, because anything or you do with 1 it will be the same only.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now multiply. Multiply and see what and all you can do. You can take y common then.
Okay.
What is x or x bar? Always 1.
So,
Yeah, Vijay.
your voice is breaking slightly.
Oh, okay. What I have told is x plus x bar will be always 1. Right?
Yeah.
Because OR operation you are doing, right? OR operation you will do,
Yes, sir.
it will be always 1 only. Clear this part? Then finally it will get x plus y.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I get it now.
Now how to prove from the RHS to LHS? Now can we prove from x plus y to x plus x bar y? Try.
So I don't think that's possible. You have to find stuff for it, right?
No, it can. It's
Because we
possible.
already-
Come on, you can write it down. I'll tell you what you need to write down. It'll be easy. Write down x is RHS x plus y, right? So RHS is given as x plus y. So this can be written as x plus y dot 1, correct?
Yeah.
So x plus y dot 1 can be represented as x plus x bar. X
So this is the reverse of the
plus
process.
x bar, correct?
Yeah.
Now multiply x plus yx plus yx bar. Got it?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Now you already got the answer. Now take the x common here.
Then we get the x plus x dash y.
No, take x common, x plus yx. So x common you take, it will become x 1 plus y plus
Yeah.
x bar y. So 1 plus y is always 1 only. So it will be x plus x bar y. You got it?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Understood, right?
Yeah.
Simple only. Just
Basically, like after proving the LHS, we have to do the reverse process.
yeah, it's just kind of reverse only,
Oh.
correct?
Okay.
Yes. Did you understand this part? Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So properties you understood now. All the summary of the properties. Just go through the summary of the properties now. 0 plus x, all these whatever we discussed it. So it's just a name you should remember. Commutative you know, associative you know, distributive you know. Absorption law you should know. And other distributive law is this what we discussed. X plus x bar y is x plus y. Clear? Now everything is clear to you in this part.
Yeah.
Now we'll go to the, just like your sets, we'll go to De Morgan's first theorem now. De Morgan's theorem
Okay.
will prove is using the no truth table now. We'll directly prove it, okay? X plus y whole bar will be equal to x bar into y bar. Excuse me. This is the De Morgan's theorem. De Morgan's theorem says that, okay, so what things we need to understand here is x plus x bar is equal to 1 and x into x bar is 0. Because x plus x bar is anyway 1 only. Or operation with complement 1 is always 1. And operation will be 0 because 1.0 is 0 or 0.1 is 0. Correct?
Okay.
Understood?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Excellent. So now let's go to the how to prove it now. Okay. So x plus y bar we need to prove as
Yeah.
is equal to x bar y bar. Correct? De Morgan's first law, first theorem. Okay, so okay, so what he has done it here, some part is 1. Okay, so to prove this theorem, we need to recall the complementary laws. That's fine. Okay, to prove De Morgan's theorem, first use the complementary laws. Let us assume that p is equal to x plus y, whereas the p, x, y are logical Boolean variables. Then according to the complements law, p plus p bar is equal to 1 and p dot p bar is 0. Then p, x, y are the Boolean variables and thus complementary law must hold for the variable p too. In the other words, p bar will be equal to x plus y bar is equal to x bar into y bar. Then x plus y plus x bar y bar must be equal to 1. Okay. Then x plus y must be equal to 1. Okay, fine. So what he has done in this proving this part is here use this principle. So whatever we assumed it here. So the complementary law says that x plus x bar is equal to 1 and x in dot x bar is equal to 0. This one we know, right? Now we assume one of the operation p is x plus y. Okay, first we assume that p is x plus y. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, then as per the logical rules, then this also should work. P plus p bar should be equal to 1 and p dot p bar will be equal to 0. Correct?
Yeah.
So we just trying to prove now. Now p is nothing but x plus y. Okay. So p plus p bar. So what did we prove that? X plus y plus p bar is nothing but x plus y complement. So complement we represented as x bar y bar. Okay.
Okay.
Because we are going to prove that p plus p bar is equal to 1 using this method, using the De Morgan's method. So x plus x bar y bar should be equal to 1 and x plus y dot x bar y bar should be equal to 0. Correct? As per the PP dash. See, basically what we are okay. If you have a confusion, that let's try to understand this part. Okay. Basically, this is the thing we are trying to prove. This proving is little different. I'll tell you. Well, first you assume p is x plus y. Okay.
Okay.
First we'll assume that P is equal to x plus y. Clear? Then as per the rule says P plus P bar should be equal to 1 and P dot P bar should be equal to 0. Right? These two conditions we want to prove it using x plus y. And if we assume the x plus y is equal to, if x plus y bar is equal to x bar y bar, then the above both the conditions should be true. P plus P bar should be equal to 1 and the P dot P bar should be equal to 0 when you substitute this. Clear? So in the place of P, put x plus y. In the place of P bar is what? X plus y whole bar. That is equal to x bar y bar. So this has to be equal to 1. Correct? No? As per P plus P bar is equal to 1. So P, in the place of P you put x plus y bar plus P bar is nothing but x plus y whole complement is given as x bar y bar. Correct?
Okay.
That should be equal to 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one we are going to prove now. So we are proving the first part with this is equal to 1. Okay. How we are proving? Let's try to do that. This we have to prove is equal to 1. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Now good. Now what we are doing now here? X bar y bar and xy. So we'll use the distributive property. You remember the property was x plus, we take this as one term, okay? X plus y is one term, x bar y bar is another term. So this property, let's try to use this property. X plus yz will be given as x plus yz is given as x plus y into x plus z, correct? This property we discussed. Proved this part, okay? So take x plus y as one term and x bar y bar as second term. Okay, so what we will get now? You will get something like this. First one. So x plus y plus x bar into x plus y plus y bar. Can I say that? Using a, because you are taking x plus y as one term. Right? Now group the x and x bar and group the y and y bar.
Okay.
When you group the x and x bar, x plus x bar is nothing but 1.
Yeah.
Y plus y bar is also 1. 1 plus y is also 1. 1 plus x is also 1. Got it?
Okay.
So you get the answer as 1. Clear? Next.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Similarly, we need to prove now other end P. We need to prove this also. P dot P bar is equal to 0. This also we need to prove. If these two satisfy, then we can say we are done. That means P is x plus y dot x bar y bar should be also equal to 0. Right?
Yeah.
Now, okay, so how will you do that now? Let's understand the same thing. Same method, we'll try to group it again. Different grouping will do. We'll multiply and group it together. Okay, so let's do that part. Look here. Now multiply everything. X bar y bar you multiply with x and x bar y bar plus multiply with y. X into X bar will be always 0 because and Y into Y bar is always 0.
Yeah.
Then answer will be 0.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Any questions, any doubts? Yeah, this part.
Yes, sir.
This part clear?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, I got it. Yeah,
Excellent,
clear.
Vijay. Now you have a De Morgan second theorem now. Correct?
Yeah.
You have second theorem now. Second theorem says that is the opposite. X dot y whole bar is given as x bar plus y bar. So method is same. What is the method? Assume that complementary law should satisfy both. X plus x bar should be
Okay.
equal to 1 and x dot x bar is equal to 0. Then we'll assume that again the p plus p bar is equal to, you can assume that the p is nothing but x plus y, and then here we can use the p as xy, and p bar is nothing but the x bar plus y bar. Got it?
Yeah.
So here, okay, you can just mention this part. This is like the same method, p, just like how we did the previous one, right? P plus p bar equal to 1 and p dot p bar equal to 0. This is what we need to prove. And p here, p is nothing but the x dot y. P is nothing but x dot y, and p bar will be equal to x bar plus y bar. X bar plus y bar. Okay, this is what. This is the p bar. Okay, so p bar will be equal to x bar plus y bar. That you need to substitute and equate. First, you need to get the two equations. First, you equate to 1. Second, you equate to 0. Got it?
Yeah.
These two we need to prove. Getting it? Now again you use the same, group the xy together, x plus y together, and then xy, so use the same law that what is that law? X plus y z1, x plus y into y plus z, x plus z. Use this law. It will become like this. First part, x plus y plus x bar, x y plus y. Got it?
Yes, I got it.
Similarly, what will happen? X plus x bar will be 1 and y plus y bar will be 1. Right? Then 1 dot 1 will be
Yeah.
1 only. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, we need to prove the second part, xy dot x bar y bar will be equal to 0. Just multiply then. Whole thing you multiply. So whenever you get x into x bar, it will be 0. Y into y bar will be 0. Clear?
Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Any questions? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Excellent. So we finished this part now. De Morgan's theorem, remember that it's important. X by bar, x plus y whole bar will be just the opposite, converse of the previous one. Okay. Good. Now as part of homework, can you just do this complementary entire function, change all the and ors and complement each of the functions. Process is known as De Morganization. Okay, so I just want you to do the De Morganization part as a part of homework. Then we'll go to the example sample problems. Is it clear? Just revise whatever we have done it. In case still some confusion is there, we can ask me.
Okay, sir.
But I hope it will be clear to you because nothing is not complicated. After that is easy. This is the only thing you need to spend time on that. After the logical gates and everything is easy.
Okay.
Okay, yeah? Fine, chalo. Let's close it now. We'll continue. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, Jai.
Bye, sir.
Bye.